Hello everyone. Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 24/12/2022. So guys, in this particular one, let us quickly get into the issues. The first issue is with respect to 81 crore people to get free food grains for 1 year. So this is very essential for us. Let us see what it means. See guys, right from the beginning, India has gone for several measures, pro-poor measures. Food is one of the most important one among this. So, Indian government aims to provide rice, wheat, and cereals 3, 2, and 1 rupees for approximately 75% of rural India, 50% of urban India, which will be somewhere around 62.5% of entire India's population. Now, this was passed by Congress government under National Food Security Act in 2013-14. Guys. Now, before COVID or due to COVID, we went for Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Under this, food grains were distributed at approximately 5 kgs per families. Now, Indian government is thinking that for next 1 year, we have to give food grains freely, not at any cost, completely free for 81 crore people. Our plan is to ensure for 81 crore people, we are giving food grains for free. So this is one of the most important thing that they are planning for. So, it is estimated that it would cost 2 lakh crore on the exchequer. So it's a huge budget one, and the government feels it would benefit the poor people, and it has definitely benefited the government in recent elections too. Yeah, alleviating the scourge of private healthcare is in this article. He tries to argue that when we look at some advanced countries like Canada and all, they have regional health boards where they will look at the local problems and they will try to provide money to the regions based upon how much diseases are there and what type of diseases are there. So in India also you require something like this where the regional health boards will help in giving health care within the regions, right? So if it has proper representation from all the communities, so then they can utilize the resources within that particular region and ensure that the disorders or diseases are reduced. The meaning of this is, let us say, in Telangana region, there is a disease, and that disease is mostly associated with Telangana region. Now, rather than entire India focusing on that, it is better that some additional funds and all are given to Telangana so that they are able to find some local solutions and local policies to reduce the disease. Makes sense? Correct? It makes sense. But the point here is in India, health is not completely central government, it is state government one. And if again central government involves in these, it would be criticized a lot. But but the article tries to say that the health indicators of the government is very very bad, especially when we look at this, like only 1.28% of the GDP is spent, right? Whereas 60% of health spending is mostly done by private sector, which is a clear indication that government is not spending enough money on healthcare. Yes, this factual data will be helpful for your essays, so please make a note of it. Health expenditure, health expenditure is just 1.28% of the GDP, and most of the healthcare spending healthcare spending is done by private sector. Guys, yesterday we read about HPV, right? Human papilloma virus, and India is planning to give vaccines for this particular cancer, which we call it as cervical cancer. It is because, there are certain diseases which are curable. Unfortunately, if you don't give immunization to that, then it can lead to deaths. In the world, 58% of the cases are in Asia. Within that, 21% and 23% are in India and China itself. So, under universal immunization program, India has introduced HPV, and this they're aiming to introduce into women. 90% of girls in the age group of 9 to 14, because this vaccine has to be provided before 15 years, guys. So that's why it is very important that uh, you need to give vaccination before 14 years, so that we can achieve the target of 90% of girls being vaccinated. Can you just make a note, guys? Cervical cancer, cervical cancer, hyphen, 58% of 58% of all the cases of cervical cancer, all the cases of cervical cancer and deaths globally, and deaths globally were estimated in Asia, with India accounting for with India accounting for 21% of the cases and 23% deaths, followed by China. Next paragraph. It is infected with it is infected with human papilloma virus, human papilloma virus. Next point, more than 6 lakh women, more than 6 lakh women are diagnosed with cervical cancer. Full stop. WHO has given a target to maintain an incidence of to maintain an incidence of fewer than 4 new cases per 1 lakh women a year. Per 1 lakh women a year. Yes, this is very, very important, guys. Very, very important. So they may give you, like, 4 new cases of cervical cancer per 1,000 women a year. We feel 1,000 is a correct number. 1 lakh. Remember that. Next, it is necessary that 90% of girls will have necessary that 90% of girls will have to be fully vaccinated fully vaccinated by the age of 15. By the age of 15. 1 5. Yeah, guys. How Shakespeare entered Rajaji's mind, not required. Leave quickly. It is Fiji, guys. In Fiji, there is a guy by name Bain Bainima Rama. It's actually, Fiji is one country where more than 55% of the people are Indian origin people, guys. And there is a military dictator by name Bainima Rama, and he always takes over and doesn't allow the Indian majority people to come to power. But again, he is being defeated, and the article is telling it's better for him to leave quietly. Yeah. Yes, there is Bodo community just below, like, Bhutan in Assam, guys. And these Bodo communities are going to be present in that particular area, right? They are planning to be present in that particular area where forest is there. And earlier they were made to move out because in forest, if tribal communities are there, they may go for what we call as shifting cultivation, and it would lead to a lot of problems. But now they have given, like, land to the families in the Chardor Reserve Forest. The name is important. Chardor Reserve Forest in Assam's Sonitpur district. As you can see here, closer to Bhutan, Arunachal Pradesh. Yeah. Session ends in Rajya Sabha amid din over VP's remark on Sonia Gandhi. If Sonia Gandhi criticized something, Vice President criticized something, and that leads to problem. That's the same thing. LS winter session cut short after floor leaders' consensus. They all stopped because, like, they are not ready to talk on China. Kamal Hassan to join Bharat Jodo Yatra. Congress a way of thinking. Modi failed to understand its ideology. 16 army personnel killed in Sikkim. The vehicle fell down. Regulator proposes full refund, free travel for seat downgrade on flights. So if you are downgraded, it is like international one, don't worry. From business to economy, not for common people. 5 policemen among 17 held in cross LOC narcotics trade case. Until and unless the governments, the police and all are not caught, they are the main culprits, because under there no certain things happens. Cabinet approves pending one rank one pension revision for veterans. So as this one rank one pension scheme was introduced in like you know I think 2015-16, and what is it all about? So normally, guys, let us say someone will become a soldier, right? So and he got retired 10 years back, and now someone would have retired. Fine, the salaries would have been different, so pensions would have been different, right? But under one rank one pension, whenever you retire doesn't matter. But if you are all on the same rank, then you will receive same pension, whether 10 years back or 20 years back doesn't matter, everyone will receive same pension. So government has brought this one rank one pension. Yeah. Russia India can help in reviving intra Afghan dialogue. Yes, Taliban, Russia supports Taliban because Taliban was anti US. So the Russia is actually telling that we both can actually sit and discuss and ensure that some sort of protection is given to the human rights in Afghanistan. So Russia is trying to say that Taliban should be told what they should not do the way they did before, and most importantly, the previous governments, whatever they did, the same thing must not be done by Taliban, is what Russia is trying to tell. So, for that, Russia says we should engage actively, talk to them, and ensure that Taliban will follow certain rules and regulations. You might have heard recently that Taliban has banned women from going to schools and colleges. So initially for some time they allowed, but now again they have stopped. So this was one of the biggest criticism the world was facing, that how can you engage with Taliban who are so cruel and who do not give any rights to women. UP and Tamil Nadu struggle with encroachment in centrally protected monument sites. See, this Archaeological Survey of India actually try to protect certain sites, and the central government pays money to it. Unfortunately, when we look at this, in Uttar Pradesh 75, Tamil Nadu 74, Karnataka 48, Maharashtra 46, like this, in every state there are certain monuments which are actually encroached. Encroaching basically means outsiders have come and they might have taken that particular land or building, shop is there, they would have come and established there, like this. So in 2010, Archaeological Sites and Remains Act was passed, and according to that, construction within 100 meters of protected monument was prohibited. The next 300 meters was regulated too, right? But unfortunately, it is not being implemented accurately, is what they try to tell. So I just want you to write several centrally protected monuments, several centrally protected monuments and sites are encroached, are encroached by outsiders. By outsiders. In Uttar Pradesh, more than 75 more than 75 sites are encroached. Full stop. Under Archaeological Sites and Remains Act, under Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 2010, Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 2010, comma, construction activity construction activity within 100 meters of a protected monument 100 meters of a protected monument is prohibited, and next 300-meter radius is regulated. Yeah. So guys, next you write MOVA, Bengal MOVA, popular suite, Bengal popular suite, Joynagar MOVA, Joynagar MOVA gets GI tag. Authorities in China take overproduction of medical supplies amid COVID surge. China is facing big problem, guys, with respect to COVID, the way India had in second phase. Sensex falls 1.6% on fears of COVID bout. Again, the same aspect continues and it's a threat to the entire world. Yeah, fine, guys. These are some of the issues that were important. Thank you, guys.